There's a myth going round town that when you get older you just sit down and start rocking. Just rocking. In a way that's true if you know what I mean. Just take a look at the senior scene. Well, it's rocking. Yeah, it's rocking. We're pulling our weight, learning the code, clicking our heels, sharing the load, and every so often...
My name is Martsi Synchronized, originally from Ghana. My mom was born in Raleigh. My parents were educationists and diplomats, so I've traveled since I was 2 years old. And I recently relocated from Germantown, Maryland to this area. Well, a little bit about me. 2004, I had gotten out of corporate America, gone into substitute teaching in the school system in Montgomery County in Maryland. I was on my way to work when a 17-year-old who took his mother's car without telling her ran into me, and he didn't have the right of way. So my car left the street, went on the embankment, and stopped in front of the gas station across the street. They had to take me out of the passenger side. Taken to the hospital, they did the vital signs, everything showed up negative, held me for 4 hours, and then sent me home. The next day I woke up in pain, and I went to my primary care physician. He did tests and then put me in for therapy. Well, the therapy, a month later I showed up and my vital signs were not responding when he tested me. Sent me for an MRI. Come to find out, my brain was in the third cervical in my neck. So I had to get ready for surgery, 11-hour surgery. Turned out to be a triple brain surgery, basically because they clipped me at the back of my neck. Fluid was oozing. I started getting air bubbles. I had to seal it. Then my brain retained fluid, so that caused my balance to be out. Totally, my mobility was totally affected. After that was done, I came out the hospital on a walker. I had to learn to walk and take care of myself all over again. When the medical field finished with me, I was walking with a cane, and they told me there was nothing more they could do. But having the background of alternative medicine, I knew there was more, and I knew my body could heal. I moved into alternative medicine. My acupuncturist detoxed all my organs from the chemicals used during surgery and rebuilt them with different vitamins, organic. There are two kinds of vitamins on the market. There's synthetic and then there are organic vitamins. The organic ones dissolve in 8 minutes. That's how fast it goes into your bloodstream. So after that, a year later, I went back into substitute teaching, 2005. I was doing half days, walking to the bus stop because I didn't have a car at the time. In the year 2006, I went back full-time. The therapist in my acupuncturist office worked on me to get my balance back. She used the Bowen technique, which is out of Australia. And Bowen realigns your vertebrae. The second visit, I walked into the office without a cane, and she couldn't even believe it. But I told her I was very determined. My mom, who is now 86, I said, Mom, none of my parents walked with a cane. I can't walk with a cane. I refused. So anyway, long and short of it, I went ahead after the substitute teaching. I had done it for 9 years after I got out of corporate America and decided that it was time for me to find something for me. The Institute for Integrative Nutrition is the institute I attended. I found it on the web. It's in 80 countries around the world. And their basic training is holistic nutrition. And that's why I'm a holistic nutrition counselor. Learning how to take care of yourself, keep your body in harmony, and having optimal health is understanding what's going on in the food industry, the medical industry, and how these factors affect us. Substances that we should not be absorbing into our systems. And there is a major health crisis going on in the U.S. today as a result of what's going on between the medical field, the pharmaceuticals, and the food industry. So getting down to today's topic. The topic for today is sugar, natural and artificial. Like heroin, cocaine, and caffeine, sugar is an addictive, destructive drug. Yet we consume it daily in everything from cigarettes to bread. This was a quote taken from William Duffy. He's the author of the book Sugar Blues. The United States is the largest consumer of sweeteners and the global importer since 1689. When the first sugar refinery was built in New York City, colonialists started sweetening their porridge for breakfast with refined sugar. Within 10 years, the individual consumption had reached 4 pounds a year per individual. Today, the average American consumes between 100 to 130 pounds of sugar or sweeteners in a year. Humans love sweets. Before refining started, we sorted out foods with sweet tastes. Sugar, in the natural state, is a simple carbohydrate that, unprocessed, it contains a variety of minerals, vitamins, enzymes, and proteins. When brown rice and other grains are cooked, chewed, and digested, the natural carbohydrate breaks down uniformly in our system into molecules, glucose molecules, and these molecules enter the bloodstream where they are burned smoothly and evenly. So unlike the artificials, it doesn't cause a high and a low. Refined sugars are called sucrose, which is very different, extracted from the sugar cane or sugar or beets. It lacks minerals, vitamins, and fiber. The sucrose, once we take it ingested, it throws the body, the system, into havoc because of the lack of the vitamins and the fiber in it. It doesn't provide the nutrients to the system, it rather causes a deficiency in the system. And it enters swiftly into our bloodstream, causing havoc. First pushing it sky high. And once you experience that, it makes you excitable, it makes you nervous, and hyperactive. You see that in children when we give them candy, and you see they get real active. Now, on the other hand, when the blood level goes down, gets real low, it causes fatigue, depression, weariness, and exhaustion. Health-conscious people are aware that their blood levels change as the sugar-induced high. They do not often realize the emotional roller coaster that accompanies the high. We feel happy and energetic, and then suddenly, unexplainable behavior, like arguing with family, friends, loved ones. That's because of the depression, the lowness of the sucrose in the system. Sugar qualifies as an addictive substance for the following reasons. Number one, eating even a small amount creates a desire for more. Suddenly, quitting causes withdrawal symptoms, such as headaches, swings, fatigue, and other metabolic disorders, which many will be aware of: type 1 and type 2 diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. Dr. Lewis Cotley, he's the director of the Center for Cancer in Beth Israel's Cancer Center, is convinced that 80% of all cancer cases are from sugar consumption, which can lead to insulin resistance, which causes the pancreas to secrete more insulin because it has to deal with the intensity of the sucrose in the system and the breaking down. Research has found that insulin, along with other hormones in the body, encourage tumor growth. So you see what's going on with the deficiency, increase in insulin. The body has to readjust and it creates other problems. March 26, 2012, Pepsi introduced Pepsi Next for the consumer resistant to both regular and full sugar cola. A 12-ounce can has 15 grams of sugar, which is 4 teaspoons, compared to 40 grams in Pepsi Throwback, which is 160 teaspoons, and 30 grams in regular Pepsi, which is 120 teaspoons, and that's all refined sugar. Pepsi Zero has 4 of them: high fructose corn syrup, which is from corn, aspartame, saccharose, and acetate potassium, not excluding 60 grams of sodium, which is salt. In addition, artificial sweeteners have caused a new breed of sicknesses called ASD, artificial sweetener disease, causing recurrent headaches, unbearable migraines, depression, anxiety, muscle pain, arthritis flare-ups, buzzing in the ears, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, inflammation, acid reflux, and IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, to just name a few of the diseases processed artificial sugars create in our system. The Gulf War syndrome is mainly ASD, artificial sweeteners disease. This started when Ronald Reagan was president, came into office in 1980, fired the head of FDA under the advisement of Donald Rumsfeld. He was then the CEO for the Serum Pharmaceutical Company. At that time. And hence we see why FDA has done nothing about the use of these artificial sweeteners in the soft drinks, a lot of the food products we eat, and it's creating harm and disorder in our systems. We don't have to be sick. God did not design our lives to be sickly. Optimal health is what we were supposed to be having. Now I want to just share a bit about the artificial sweeteners. Aspartame, which causes cancer, is actually NutraSweet and equal. Saccharin, which is under the brand name of Sweet and Low, another cancer causer. Saccharose is sold under the name of Splenda. Then there's Acephane K, which is a German chemical company, and is used in foods and beverages. Then we have Neotane, produced by the NutraSweet company. And FDA has approved it, the artificial sweetener. So it's being used in diet soft drinks and low-calorie foods. According to the National Cancer Institute, there is no clear evidence that the artificial sweeteners on the market in the United States are related to cancer. See the contradiction that's being created? But Dr. Cartley of the Beth Israel Cancer Institute says 80% of the cancer cases are as a result of artificial sweeteners. Aspartame is of particular concern because it contains vitamin, 50%, another chemical, 40% menthol, and 10% menthol. 3 well-organized nutritoxins. And the following symptoms have been associated with the consumption of aspartame. And remember, aspartame is NutraSweet and equal. Headaches, hearing loss, blurred vision, memory loss, personality changes, anxiety attacks, edema, skin lesions, fatigue, chest pain, nausea, tinnitus, eye problems, slurred speech, violent episodes, hyperactivity, gastroenteritis, disorders, muscle cramps, PMS, which is the menstrual cycle that women have, and increased appetite. Increasing of the appetite is why you are seeing obesity has gone out of has exploded. And people think it's okay, but you're supposed to be, your weight should be in alignment with your bone structure. Then we have dizziness, we have insomnia, we have hallucinations, mild to suicidal depression, mood changes, heart arrhythmia, seizures, joint pains, menstrual irregularities, and numbness and tingling of extremities. This is what artificial sweeteners do to the body. We also have the natural sweetness, which you might want to start looking for. We have agave nectar. I'm just going to go through a few. We have barley malt. There's birch sugar, brown rice syrup. There's date sugar. There's honey.
Are any one of these better than others? I mean, like the glycemic index of these sugars?
Any of the natural, fine, because it's going to be absorbed in your system.
You mean they're all the same?
Not this. They're all of them listed. Yes, they will not make you
There's
hypoglycemic.
one not listed that maybe a lot of people are using, Truvia or Stevia. Is a natural.
Stevia is.
Make sure it's organic when you purchase it, because there are 2 kinds of stevia in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So always check the back of the packet to make sure it's the organic stevia. You're fine. It's a little leaf, and it's very sweet.
It's very sweet.
Yes, it's very sweet.
Truvia is supposedly stevia, but it's these certain parts of the leaf, I guess it's sweeter or whatever. It's still stevia.
Yes. So yes, definitely.
But it'll have a leaf on it if it's, because
If it's organic, it should, yes. Yes. So but that's what you want to look for, because you don't want the reactions. You don't want the negative results coming in, in your system. It's about being healthy and being happy. so much to gain from life. We have so much out there. We don't want to be, going through chemicals, destroying ourselves little by little.
What do you use?
I use organic maple syrup.
My curiosity,
Yes.
if you're going to substitute anything in baking,
Okay.
whether it makes any difference whether you're using honey or maple syrup or agave, do you just select it for your own taste buds, or is there an order on the glycemic index that would indicate that some are worse than others? Sweeteners are sweeteners,
When you're
sugar is
dealing
sugar.
with the natural sweeteners, you don't have to worry about the hypoglycemia at all.
At all?
No. It's using the white sugar
Yeah,
because it's been processed, refined. Sugar in its natural state is brown, soft brown.
right,
It is not white. It's been bleached to be white.
yeah, right.
Any of the organic sweeteners, you can try it out on the back. There's a page
There's a-
talking about the quantity you can
Quantity.
use. Try it out in different amounts and see. You can do little samples and see how, because you don't have to use a lot
Mhm.
because they're natural sweeteners. I know people love a lot of sweets,
Yeah,
but when you
and
bake,
as you say,
I
it's
have
an
baked,
addiction.
I bake, not on a regular basis anymore, but I mean like cakes and pound cakes, and I use the organic maple syrup, and it comes out fine.
Mhm.
Gives it a very nice taste. So you may want to try them, try different ones and see. But the natural ones are not going to cause any hypoglycemia in any way, shape, or form. It's the artificials. And that's something we all have to be aware of. Look at the back of that packet. I always tell my clients, if there's something on the back you cannot pronounce, you don't want it in your body. That's the simplest way to put it. It's the same way when we have the GMOs, the genetically modified organisms that are injected in some of the fruits and vegetables. When you go to the store, take an apple for an example. If it has a number 4 on that sticker and 5 digits, you need to leave it alone. It's a GMO apple. If it has a 9 with 5 digits on the sticker, it's organic. It has not been injected. So that's just a little tip to let you know what you look for when you're shopping. Because there's a lot of chemical in a lot of the fruits, the vegetables, the processed packaged goods. Take a look at the back. Always look at that label because you want to know what is in it. If you see high fructose corn syrup, leave it alone. The corn used for the high fructose corn syrup is GMO corn, genetically modified corn. That's how it was grown. And it will wreak the havoc that we just discussed. You don't want that. If it has cane sugar, that's fine because that is a natural sweetener. But if you're seeing saccharose, if you're seeing sucrose, if you're seeing
Corn syrup.
high fructose corn syrup, you want to leave it alone completely.
Have an organic apple
Yes.
that is genetically modified?
No. Two
Okay.
different sets.
Okay,
It
if
has
it's
to be-
organic, you're saying that would be a
It's
9?
9. If it's GMO,
Yeah.
genetically modified,
Yeah.
it's a 4. So that's how you know the difference
Yeah.
between the apple.
Excuse me,
Yes.
I thought about me some raw sugar, but I don't know what kind of raw sugar it was. But anyway, it's that raw sugar on it.
All right. What color was it?
It was a
Soft beige brown color. So did it say, it said raw sugar, but on the back of the packet, I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, did it say anything about how it was processed to be that way? Would you by any chance have had a number or something? You could call the company that produced it. You might want to call them. Call them and ask, what's the process? Because some brown sugars are dyed. If it's natural brown sugar, fine. And you have to be careful with the terminologies. They're saying raw, they're saying organic. An organic product would not be in a can at all. Organic is fresh. So you get the live nutrients, the enzymes, the minerals from the product. Organic is never processed and put in a can. So if you see a can and it says organic, it's just for the marketing basis. It's not organic. You open up the beans and it's a different color from an actual string bean. You don't want to eat that at all. Any other questions? Before we wrap up, my time is almost.
I have a question. I know the issue of sugars and so forth, we tend to look at that, but I know the big hype now for those who are trying to lose weight is a low carb diet. Carbs are sugar, so even if it's organic, someone's consuming a lot of sugar. Sugar makes affects your metabolism, affects the insulin, which again forces you to gain weight, even if it's organic. So even organic can be bad if you take too much of it.
In excess, yes.
In excess, because it causes your body to maintain a weight gain.
But as a remedy to reversing that, I always recommend 8 ounces of hot water boiled in a kettle or in a pot, not in the microwave, because microwave kills the minerals in water. 8 ounces in the evening after your last meal, which should not be later than 7:30 in the evening. Start the process of detoxing. Eventually, what it does is the craving for excessive sugar, as you're detoxing the system, it's eliminating the toxins that are creating that on the tongue. So
I see a lot of things on agave. Raw agave is processed at 119 degrees Fahrenheit or below. That above 119 supposedly kills the enzymes.
Yes.
And that's what you're looking at, is you're looking for the rawness of the raw, organic,
You want the
processed,
organic, yes.
even sugars.
Yes. And that's why you really need to examine the back, the labels.
Because you can get agave, I know, but you need to specify, is it raw agave, which would be more organic, less processing,
Less
and below the
processing,
temperature of 119 degrees.
Yes. Questions? I want to thank you all for being here this morning. I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
There's a myth going round town that when you get older you just sit down and start rocking. Just rocking. In a way that's true, if you know what I mean. Just take a look at the senior scene. Well, it's rocking. Yeah, it's rocking. We're pulling our weight, learning the code, clicking our heels, sharing the load, and every so often we're hitting the road. Yeah, we're rocking. Well, I must be going, got a game at 3, then kids to be tutored, they're counting on me. It's a brand new century, and we're rocking. We paid our dues all those years, and it's so nice to be switching gears. It's a brand new century.